Hi, I'm Precious. I'm an esthetician, and today I'm going to be showing you a bold blue eye look. I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyebrows, and I like to use the e.l.f. Brow and Lash Duo. It's like a primer for your brows and your eyelashes. I'm going to go ahead and set them. And I already kind of plucked them because my eyebrows are like pretty much non-existent, so this kind of helps them stay in place because they kind of grow a little weird anyways. After it kind of dries, then I'm going to go in with the BH Studio Pro Ultimate Brow Palette. And I think I'm going to go in, I usually use like a brown, but it's been kind of dark. So I'm going to go in first with this it's like a blonde color. And I start underneath my brow. And just kind of follow my eyebrow. I'm not trying to create any type of different shapes. I actually think I'm going to go ahead and take this, it's like a cream, this brown cream, and at the end of my brow kind of try to deepen it a little. And if you notice, I didn't really go too far into the brow, like at the top, because I don't want to create like a boxy kind of look. And you'll kind of see as I like progress how I'm gonna make that look a little bit better. I just kind of try to leave the front of the brow alone so that it looks as natural as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that same powder on the other brow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that brown again. Just at the end. And I mean, honestly, this doesn't have to be too perfect because I'm gonna go in and just clean it up with concealer. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my spoolie and I'm gonna just kind of go through them a little bit just to kind of move the product throughout my brows. The concealer that I'm going to use today is the Pro Conceal by LA Girl, and this is in the color Fawn. Usually on a day-to-day I like to use Toast. That's like the color that's like closest to my skin tone. This color is about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my actual skin tone, but I want a little bit of more definition and a little bit more of a highlight, so I'm going to go ahead and use the fawn color today. I like to use a flat brush. I know you can use a bigger brush because it'll like cover more, but I'm just like really picky about how my brows are, so I like to go in with the flat brush. And I started right at the arch of my brow. And I kind of pull the product down. Just clean it up. Pull it down, pull it down. And then I'm gonna just kind of take that same color, just a little bit of it. And I'm gonna go over the top. When you do your eyebrow, you don't want it to go past your eye, because nobody's eyebrows goes that far anyways. But you just kind of want to keep it in the line of the end of your eye, because that's pretty much where everyone's eyebrow stops anyways. Want them to be pretty much the same brow. So whatever you clean up, if you mess up kind of, you can kind of just go back in and redo it. And just make sure you always pull down that excess concealer. And pull the excess product up. Alright, so then after I finish with my brows and I have them like highlighted and kind of cleaned up how I want to, I'm going to go ahead and take another brush. I'm going to take this brush. It's kind of like flat and fluffy. And I'm just going to go around and clean up that concealer just so that it doesn't look messy. And also, like, if you were like taking pictures and stuff like that, there's no like flashback. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my eyes. I'm gonna kind of clean up the little oil on the side of my face because I've been I guess you could. I don't use wet wipes. I kind of like to use the micellar water. You could take some of that on a little towel and kind of clean up. But I'm going to use tape to keep my shadow where I want it. Hopefully. And just do it right underneath here. Got it where I want it to be. I'm gonna go in with my shadows. Now the two palettes that I'm going to be using is the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I absolutely love. And I'm also going to be using my Urban Looks 99 eyeshadow palette from BH Cosmetics. Sorry about how messy it is. Before I put on my eyeshadow, I like to use like a primer. I usually use the Urban Decay eyeshadow priming potion, but I've been trying something new where I kind of use a concealer that is about 2 to 3 shades brighter than me, because I feel like that makes the color pop a lot more than like using like the color Toast concealer, which is the same as me. So I'm going to be kind of mixing this e.l.f. concealer that I got like a while ago, so I don't really remember which one it is, but it's in the color tan. I'm going to mix it with the LA Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. I'm going to just go ahead and kind of put that all over my eye. And my eyes are probably gonna start watering. I don't know why they water so much. I just kind of take some of this and put it on the top, maybe just a little bit over my lid. And this is kind of already a little damp. I just kind of want to blend it. I don't want to blend too much because then it'll kind of take off the product. But I just kind of want to get it into my skin. Okay. Now that I got that on there, I'm gonna take this brush again and kind of go over the edges. Okay, and I'm not gonna set it because I'm gonna kind of use the powder or the shadows to set the concealer on my eye. The first shade that I'm gonna take is I don't know, this turquoisey color. I think it's called Jada, and it's in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm just gonna kind of take that and put it in my crease. I'm gonna start off light because I kind of want to just build it. And I'm gonna work inward and work it out. So that'd be like a really good video to do, to show like the do's and don'ts of makeup. I'm gonna go ahead onto the other eye and do the same thing. I feel like one eye always looks better than the other. And I'm just gonna take this brush and kind of go on the outside just to soften up the edges a little. Not too much, just a little. Okay. Then after I do that, I'm going to take an angle brush. I'm going to take this blue and pack it into my crease. I'm going to take this because I really want to get into, I want to be precise like where I'm blending out. So I'm just going to take this and kind of soften up the edges of that. And I'm going to just do the same thing with this eye. Make sure I keep it kind of like the shape of my eye. Alright, and I think that's good. I think part of what takes me so long is I'm trying to get it like extremely perfect, and it's not gonna be like that. The next thing I'm gonna do is take my concealer. I still have a little bit left over. I'm gonna take my flat brush and I'm gonna go ahead and just make a half cut crease on my eye. This I am going to use my little mirror because I just need a little bit more up close. I'm going to kind of start from the inner part of my eye and then work out. And then I'm going to blink and look up just so I can get that shadow up a little bit higher. Might have looked up a little bit too much. That's annoying. I'm gonna take this and kind of clean what I just messed up. Yeah, that's good. That's better. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye. I just want to make sure the shape is pretty much similar. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my blue. So the first color I'm gonna take is this, like, I think it looks like cream, but on me, hopefully on me, yesterday it was showing up white, like a silvery color. So hopefully it'll still do that today. Yeah, it does. And I'm just gonna pack on a lot of this on the inner corner of my eye. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. I think that's pretty good. It's like halfway. Ooh, almost slid off the chair. I'm gonna go back in with this brush and try to, I wanna like mix these together so that they blend and it's not just a block of color. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take this blue right here, which is Twerk from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just gonna add that. I'm gonna pack it into the corner of my eye. Just pack it in. It's like coloring in a coloring book, kind of. Okay, now that I've pretty much got it kind of packed into my eye, I'm going to not do a smacking sound with my lips. I'm gonna take a little bit of the turquoise color again and just kind of soften up that blue and the turquoise so it kind of transitions a little bit better into one another. And then after I've done that, I'm gonna just take this flat brush. I'm gonna dab it in the blue. That's dark color. I'm just gonna kind of go over the top of that a little to bring a little bit I guess to define that cut crease a little bit more. And then I'm gonna just kind of try to blend that out just a teensy bit, just so it's not like a color just sitting right here. I take my NYX white liner. Try to go really careful with this because this is the part that makes me nervous. And I'm actually gonna need the mirror, so.
Oh, okay.
I think the liner is like the worst part because I'm trying so hard not to mess it up. I want that to dry, and I'm going to attempt to do my other eye. Pray for me. I think that's dry, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and add my Stila Stay All Day felt tip liner, and I just kind of do a little line here, and then I just connect it like this. I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit more, not too much. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Doesn't my eye look good?
We do.
Cool. Okay. Usually I don't use this, especially since I accidentally contaminated it with my foundation. Now we're getting to my least favorite part, which is the freaking, is this glue in my eyelash? Which is the eyelashes, because it's a struggle for me. My freaking eyelashes grow weird. See what I mean? The struggle. I think that's pretty good. Ooh, these are so long. All right, and after I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go in with They're Real by Benefit and try to blend my eyelashes in with the lashes. And I kind of just twirl like that. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. I'm gonna do a teensy bit of color correcting. And I'm gonna use the LA Girl concealer. I don't think this has a color. Oh, it's just like the orange one. And I wanna just try to cover up my moles because I have like a lot of tiny moles on my face. Just a teensy bit. They're not gonna disappear, to be honest, because a lot of them are like rising out of my skin. Then I'll do a little underneath the eye too to get rid of my dark spots from me not going to sleep on time. Then Then just a teensy bit here because I have a little hyperpigmentation around my mouth. And I don't like to go too crazy on this because then I'll turn out looking a lot more orange than the actual color that I am. And this is already kind of damp because I washed it earlier, but I'm just gonna damp it down a little bit. And then actually gonna prime because I forgot to prime. I like e.l.f.'s mineral infused primer just to create a barrier. And I don't use a lot of it, just about that much. And I just use it right here and on my nose and forehead. And then right here where I have like my laugh lines. And then where I have like my larger pores, like in my T-zone. It's like the only place. And you want to do all that before what I just did, but I kind of just forgot about that. So and then after I do that, I like to take my favorite, which is the Maybelline Fit Me, and it's in the color 360. And this is for normal to oily, and it's the matte poreless. I like for my face to be like a little bit more matte just because throughout the day I tend to get like oily in my T-zone. So I like a more of a matte look. But I'm gonna just do this all over my face. It's going a little slow for me. I'm gonna take this. And I think I kind of struggle with that too when I'm doing like a full face look. I still don't like to use a lot of foundation because I don't want it to look like cakey. So I go like extremely light when I'm doing foundation, but I'm gonna just go a little bit deeper just for the purpose of this video. And then after I do that, I'm going to take my beauty blender, wet it again, and I'm just going to blend. Make sure I blend it down my neck. Blend it kind of into my hairline because you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. I'm gonna just take this and then kind of just blend over that, just to blend it all together. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my concealers and conceal underneath my eye. I just put a teensy bit under here just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. I don't really need help with popping it because I feel like I already have like a natural. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't shed on me because it does. I'm just setting this. Alright, and then And then here, let's do this really quick too. Okay, quickly. Ooh. I'm gonna just try to do both eyes at the same time. Which I don't really have bottom lashes, so this shouldn't be that hard. They're like pretty much non-existent. And then I'm going to do my lips. Come on. I don't know if I wanna, I'm gonna try to line them. I'm not trying to do a whole heck of a lot on here. I have to leave here with a full face of makeup on. That's gonna be funny.
It's great. What are you gonna do?
I think I'll just stop and get some gas. Okay, so this is my full bold blue eye look. If there's anything else or any questions that you have about this video or more looks that you want to see, definitely leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.